Alrighty. We're back. Clearly. Uh did we take a no, we didn't take a buffer. I don't remember if we did. No, we didn't, because we have one in the bank. The episode is releasing this week of this recording. It is last week's when we talking about Tekken 8. Anyway, an update on that. I did finish all the character stories, and I enjoyed playing with a lot more characters than I thought I was gonna enjoy with playing.
Mm-hmm.
I should have looked up his name. Um Before we get into it, sorry, this is the ADLR podcast. I'm Anthony, clearly. Um, here with Brian
Mm.
and Randall,
Mm.
and we're talking a little bit more Tekken before we move on. What's that guy's name that has like that super suit? He has white hair. It's not Claudio.
Lee,
Is that his name?
white hair, and he's flashy.
I don't know. He has like
Dude with the gun and sword.
no, that's Victor. He's
The
in
guy
this.
who's
He's
like
in
this?
this. He's like in a
Side
lot of.
fight?
He's always like hunched over. Let me look it up before I embarrass myself.
Is he a pretty boy?
I don't know.
All right, because this is
That's what
very
I'm-
important that you say the correct character.
Okay, Tekken 8 characters.
It's the new Tekken character.
I'm not gonna know that either, Brian or Randall. Remember, I just jump in to hit buttons. I don't. Give me a second. I'm so sorry. I'll figure out his name in a sec.
Are you talking about Lee?
I'm gonna double check if that's it. I don't have a picture to. Where is he?
Does he bounce up and down?
He might.
Like-
You're asking him the same things that I just asked.
It is correct. You guys are both correct. It's Lee.
That's very funny, Anthony, because that's what I've been playing.
No, I don't like him. I was gonna
You
say.
don't like him? That's
No.
very funny, because that's what I've been playing.
Not that I don't like him. It's just he's not. He seems like a harder character to learn because I tried doing simple combos like punch 1 to 2 or something, like just face button combos.
Mhm.
Nothing, and he don't got much unless I just didn't figure it out. Like he'll have like a 1-2, like couple hits, like a 2 hit, and then maybe end it with like a kick. I haven't looked at his move list, so I could just be talking complete bullshit. But he felt stiff to use. I don't know why.
He's technical.
That explains it, because I'm like, man, it's hard for me to chain together some stuff, and I'm like, this guy might not be for me. But there was but on the opposite, I mentioned him earlier. Claudio was an easy fit in my hands because he
that's
has.
what a friend of mine, man.
That was a fun one. Who else was fun? Oh my god, Lars was fun. I don't know why.
Mm.
He had some easy buttons for me, like easy little chains and stuff. I thought he was an easy a pick. Who else? Randall, I did see Steve's heavyweight build, if you will.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude! I'm like, because as the video was going, spoilers, I guess, because it's not even canon, right? Those stories aren't canon.
No.
No.
Okay, well, it's him winning multiple championship, and each picture I'm like, is he getting thicker? And the one before the heavyweight one, I'm like, no, he's definitely getting thicker because he was like massive on the latest picture, and I'm like, yeah, he would be looking good in that. And then it got so ridiculous. He's as big as like, I don't even know how to compare it. Like he's as big as some of the workout equipment.
Who was that?
Steve's.
Uh,
But
That's funny.
Steve felt really good, but I didn't know that most of his kick buttons are like evasive stuff. So I'm like, oh, I have to get used to that because I like this, before Steve, I was playing Miguel and stuff, and he had kick combos and punching to kick combos and stuff. So when I started hitting buttons for Steve to see what feels comfortable, I'm like, oh, every time I hit kick, it's to do some evasive maneuvers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also I see why you like Reina, Randall. She also has some easy buttons for me. Like she felt really easy to pick up. I don't know, not to master obviously, but and I did the thing you were talking about. The fucking moving around.
Their fucking stance of 3 where she was.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so this is what he was talking about. Cuz I accidentally got her to do that, and I'm like, okay, so what the hell did I press? And
It's either down in 3 or back in 3.
Yeah. That was the same with what other character? Yoshimitsu. If you hit back and like left kick or something, he'll go forward or like forward into the Z, and then if you hit the back and the other kick button, he goes towards the screen.
When he spins, he was really fast.
Yeah, and he like teleports or something. Or
Every time you do that, you take damage.
I did not notice that. I was just like, oh, I thought I was clean with it. I'm like, every time the AI would try to hit, I'm like, nah, bro, over here. And I didn't notice my health was going down.
You can die from it.
You can or can't?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, then I cannot pick Yoshimitsu. That's clear then. Who else? I forgot the list. But I mean, I spent, I don't know, I think it was Saturday. Yeah, well, what's it called was down. Helldivers was down. I was like, let me just go through and finish up a bunch of these character stories.
Mhm.
You only get an achievement up to like 10 of them. So I finished all of them, didn't even get an achievement. So I'm like, great. But I at least
Mm.
got my hands on with the characters. And there's a lot more people I don't mind getting on random, if that makes sense. There's some characters I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm gonna do anything if I get them on random. I forgot which one was it. There was a character I'm like, there's no Lee being one of them. I'm like, if I get him on random, there's no way I'm gonna win the match. I have no idea how to use him.
I did a whole session trying him on Friday because I liked him in 7, but I didn't play too much 7.
Mm-hmm.
And out of the 4 characters I had interest in, he was the last for me to try before trying to narrow it down. And I think I'm gonna, because Zafina, the way that I like to play her, it seems like she's not that good at it anymore.
Oh.
Uh, and
Oh.
Lee kind of being able to do what I used to do with her on top of crazy fucking movement. I think I might be committing to Lee for a while.
As the huge casual player, I pray for anyone who has to fight Zafina. I'm using her and I'm like, how do you know what's coming next? Like, cause she can like contort and like she's like what's her name from Soul Calibur? Uh, the flexible dude.
Valdo.
Yeah, that's what she reminds me of. Cause she's like she can get super low, hit like, and then like twist her thing like this so she can still like hit you, but your mids are not gonna connect at all.
No hit, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. What was I gonna mention? And they use the lady you hate, the one that sniffs her ankle or whatever. And
Oh,
that's I,
shall you?
yeah, I did it immediately. And I'm like, oh, this is what he was talking about. And she gets like super low to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Fucking can't stand her ever. Yeah, Lee, Zafina's still baby girl. And since I played her quite a bit in 7, she still feels like I know her buttons, at least her solid ones. So
I'm,
I'll be playing her, but I want to spend more time Lee primarily.
I'm gonna look through the list real quick to see who I liked. I didn't like Leo as much as I thought.
Leo.
Leo, sorry. Oh, you know who felt really nice?
Mm.
Lily felt really nice in my hands.
Didn't she play her at one point in like an older Tekken?
I might have, but
Pretty
her
sure.
moveset was. I'm like, okay, this sits comfortable with me. I don't like either Kuma or Panda. I didn't enjoy playing as them. Their stories at the end were really funny though. Like Kuma in space, like he thought he won the tournament, and then he wakes up to what's her name bodying him. He's like, oh okay, that was a fun one. Fang felt nice too.
Mm.
I liked Fang. Victor's Marvel when I was playing. Cause I was hitting buttons and I was hitting combos. I'm like, I don't know how am I doing combos? I'm just hitting regular face buttons. He's like teleporting between like to the other side. Like his grab, not his grab. Was it his grab? Teleports him to the other side. So if you want to like purposely put somebody, well, I guess everybody's could do that.
Did you
Everyone has a
do
grab.
quarter circle forward 2 of them?
Yeah, the gunshot. When
Okay,
I
good.
found out, I'm like, when I found out about that move, I made sure to end each fight with just pulling out and shooting the person.
There was a strong content. I still have somewhat of an interest because of gun, but his sword is just what I don't care for.
He has some cool
But
combos though, with like swapping between like the little dagger he has and then like the huge sword. I don't know. You know, the animations for like his combos were really dope.
it's a little too Noctis for me. I was
Gotcha.
hoping I wish they just gave him a pistol and then like a knife, and it's just that. That's
Uh
what I wish they did.
oh, and of course the one of the some of the satisfying stuff is playing as King. Holy shit. I don't know any of his grabs, but I know I can do a quick, easy grab if they're in the air. So I would purposely hit him with like yeah, and grab him. And I'm like, yep, that's still satisfying. I don't know any other combos to continue it. Like, you know how you can go from like
Mm-hmm.
grab to grab. I was just hitting button to see what felt comfy. And
Did you ever do Jaguar Dash where he goes and then he runs at him?
yeah, but I missed. The guy moved out of the way and I hit a button and I just looked like an idiot on the
Do
stage.
you know what? Do you know what the grab looks like though?
No.
Out of that, he RKO's and it's the most hype fucking shit ever.
Oh,
You see him grab on and go in the air. Yeah, it's
so if you hit that like a real match, you're probably You probably think to yourself, I already won.
a friend of mine main's king, and when I see that it connects for that animation, I'm on his side. I want to lose.
Oh, I see. You're rooting for the other team to beat your
Mm-hmm.
ass.
That
That's
and the power bomb when you combo and then you do the running one with the
uh-huh.
person. I'm against me. I'm my own off when I
Gotcha.
see that happen.
My favorite part of playing Nina is her special art where she like dives at the person spinning,
Oh, the
shooting.
smash.
Yeah, I did that as often as I could. 'Cause I'm like, you're literally killing people in the mid combo, and they're still getting up.
She's fun as well, but it's kind of like for
Oh,
me, her and Lee are on the same coin. Where like I like their movement and they have good keep. Lee has better keep out, where she has good just whiff punishing,
hmm.
and then I'm leaning more towards Lee because it's more a little more defensive and pokey. But she
And
has a gun.
she does have a gun. The other person I just did not enjoy playing as, Leroy.
Leroy,
I didn't like playing as
T
him.
Pain.
Yeah, yes. You.
T is funny as T Pain cosplayed him once.
Oh, okay. I gotta look it up. Did he look like he did a good job with the cosplay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I just did not like playing as him. Brian felt great because he's aggressive and you know, I like hitting buttons.
Did you ever laugh when he laughed?
No,
Okay.
no, because remember we had that conversation last week about the laughter, and now when I heard it when I played as him, I'm like, okay, I hear it was better before.
I just wanted to see if that's how I would know if he was potential main for if you laugh when he laughs.
Oh no, I do. I mean, I like when he laughs. I'm like, oh, he is maniacal. Like he looks maniacal. He acts maniacal. Like his attacks are aggressive. Like he's the complete package of maniacal. But yeah, Lily was up there for me. I really enjoyed playing as Lily for some reason. Uh, Steve is still up there. Once I got used to like, hey Anthony, you're supposed to be using just the top two buttons. I don't know, but is it punches? Is it just light and heavy punch or left and
It's
right?
1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
One is left hand, right is two is right hand.
Yeah, once I remember I have to keep in mind when I'm playing a Steve, your money makers are 1 and 2. And then once you want to learn how to be defensive, maybe put in what's it
Yeah,
called?
but
But
once you do back three, when you do the sway and you see it whiff, that shit get that. When I used to play Tekken Tag with Randall, just doing that, and if I block something, I won that round in my head.
I tried once I found out that button, I'm like, let me see if I can land one of those, right? I guess I don't know why, but like the combatant, I don't know who I fought with Steve. It might have been the second or third match. I'm like, oh, once I found out, I'm like, let me see if I can land it. They stopped doing highs. They were just like hitting me right in the stomach as I'm doing this, going backwards. Like I'm not gonna catch an AI slipping, so I
Funny.
stopped. But that's all I have on the update. I did finish the characters. Oh, go ahead. You have a question?
No, so give me your top three.
Let me open up the list I had of characters that
Give me your Tekken Marvel team.
Oh, definitely Steve, man. Even hitting regular punches with Steve, I'm like, I'm a fucking boxer, bro. Right?
Oh,
Steve, I had a lot of fun. Lily's close second. Like, it's Lily. I really enjoyed playing, and then and Lars as my third. I think there was something like so easy to pick. I don't know if he's supposed to be like the new easy to pick up character or
he's pretty shoto-y.
he's pretty showy. Then that might be why, because he was really easy to pick up. I had fun. So those are probably my top three. I guess Steve, Lily, and Lars, bro. I would never. If you would ask me that 2 years ago, I'm like, where's Miguel on this list? But best believe if they add Miguel, I'm getting it.
They took one Hispanic out for another.
What was the Azucena?
Mm-hmm.
Azucena, yeah, she's the coffee girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I got every time I can. Dragonov's swag is there's no one matching it in this. He's just and I'm like that guy's ready to. He's ready
I
to
just wish
war.
I just was gun.
I like
If that
no,
was
I
the
like
case,
the
I would.
fingers. I like the fingers because it I don't know why. It's just swag. It was just the
Can I
fingers.
tell you, a friend of mine made him look like Abraham Lincoln, a shirtless Abraham Lincoln. So when he did this, it looked like
Yeah, you
actually.
did. You did. You did. I shared a. Oh no, I think me and Randall were just looking at it on my phone. They added with the character customization. They added all the Capcom people, or Resident Evil people.
I made Leon with Lee.
Was it Lee? They made it with.
They
They
probably
made
did it with Lars.
it was Lars. Yeah, it was Lars as Leon. They made two with Who was it? It was Krauser and someone else with one
Oh,
character.
Brian. I'm assuming.
I don't remember Randall if you remember as well, but
They made Ada Bong with Nina, and it looks
and
really
it
good.
and it looks really good. I think I saw that one, and I forgot.
Asuka, I think they turned into what's her name? Ashley. I
I
think
don't.
it looks pretty accurate.
Oh, okay. It's a good customization there to make other
I hate the
characters.
customization.
I know, but I mean, from what they made, I'm like, you might hate it, but people putting work in it. That's all I gotta say about Tekken. Unless you guys have anything else to add.
I'm still enjoying it. I've only been playing with friends. I haven't gone into casual or ranked at all.
Guys, main man
Randall, we
Swagger
can hear audio. What are you doing?
Um,
I'm looking for something I wanted to share with you guys. I didn't realize the video was just gonna start playing.
It always starts playing, right? Unless you're on Firefox. Firefox stops
No, I
videos.
didn't go to the actual video. I went to their page, and then there's a video at the top that I forgot automatically starts playing if you go to someone's profile.
Oh,
the
like a
person that
welcoming, like a
the
welcoming
person you're
video on the channel.
watching, the person that you're watching, I can't take serious because Eris, the avoiding the puddle, uses his name as a meme. And I can't take him seriously anymore.
Was he like a bad person or?
Um, I don't remember what started the meme, but the way that he makes the way he jokes about it is that like, don't fucking listen to him.
Okay.
Like the few times he'll like restream a tournament's going on.
Yeah.
Like if they announce a character or something, like the first thing he'll say is like, "What does main man think about this?" And he starts laughing.
Damn, that's messed up. Did you already share the video, Randall? No. All right.
No, I'm trying. It's a. It was just a character popularity thing.
Who's the most
It's
popular?
Oh, for the higher
um,
ranks,
it was just showing
Whoops.
the characters that people are using the most so far.
higher ranks.
I don't know if it's higher ranks or not.
I'm
It
telling you, it's higher
didn't
rank.
specify.
Who's on? You have to. There's no web page with this information. It's a video.
It's a video, and I mean he's looking at a page in the video, but I thought maybe he would have a link to it,
I
but he
can
didn't.
send it to you.
You know exactly what he's looking at, bro.
It's the chart, the bar graph.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, that's
top
that.
players.
Brenda, did you start doing ranked yet? I know you said you were gonna do
No.
Okay. Not even online casuals. You still in the lab?
No. I'm still trying to learn combos. Like when I said I have to relearn how to do Kazuya all over again, I wasn't.
You weren't joking.
Yeah. They changed the way his combos are.
You changed the way
Combos are
that.
nothing like the way they used to be.
Oh well. Okay, looking at this character popularity chart, we have Dragunov at max. I'm telling you, that swag is no joke, Brian.
He's pretty simple.
What's up?
He's pretty simple.
Oh, is that why?
I can only assume like he's solid and he's pretty simple.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Who's the worst? Oh, Panda. Well,
Not worse. It's picked.
and Kuma's way up there. Kuma over Nina? That's wild.
I like that baby girl's second to last, and then Lee's almost at the middle spot.
Oh, Steve's right there with you. Whoa. All three of them are back to back. We have Steve at 2.2, almost 3%, 2.94. Lily behind him with 2.76, and then Lars has 2.55. Crazy. And this is as of this is recent though. This is like 4 days. Yeah, okay. And it
this
released.
is only top 10,000 theme users apparently.
Oh, then we should wait on this because this is the hardcore, I guess, fighting game people are in here picking. Give it time, for the casuals to get some time in, I guess, right? Because I don't know, for me, that don't look like. I can see King being popular. I mean, everything he does is so satisfying. Victor, I see him up there too.
Incarnate.
Yeah, and Victor being up there, I can see that because his combos are fun to watch, and he's just got, blades, guns, like he's got it all. And Dragunov, we don't got to talk about that. We know his swag. Easily. Yeah. Easily. And I know you're still sticking with Yakuza and Reina? Yakuza? Oh my god, Kazuya is what I wanted to say. Yeah, the whole you playing as the whole Yakuza, Randall? Or
Yeah. Mhm.
He's playing as every single member of the Yakuza.
Every round where he loses,
A
the next
different,
round's a different person.
yeah, from the Yakuza. My fault. Okay. It's Kazuya. You still picking Kazuya and Reina? Nobody knew. You
Yeah.
like okay.
Well, Rainer's new, so
I'm sorry, like
Ooh.
from that because Brian gave me gave me 3 slots to fill. I was gonna ask who's gonna be your third slot.
probably Jen.
Oh, that makes sense. And Brian, you said yours is Lee. Sorry, Lee.
Lisa, Fina, and probably Asuka.
Oh, okay.
She was fun.
Born the adding Miguel. I'm just kidding. I'm sure they will over time. I mean, you know how much time it was between 7 and 8, so they have plenty of time to add
He
more.
was a launch character though.
I know, but was he new to 7? No,
I
right?
don't think so.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
That's wild.
I'm just waiting for. I make this joke with friends. Whichever game puts a Dominican character in first, I'm gonna buy them, and regardless for nationality's sake, I'm gonna main them.
Oh, snap. Even if it's like a boring character?
I'm
Okay.
gonna my commentary would make it enjoyable.
Okay. Even if it's like a style you hate playing as?
If it's a rush down character, guess what? We're rushing now.
Okay.
The hell zoning.
You're zoning with how fast your full pass. Full pass. Sorry, I was just coughing up my old age. What was I gonna say? That's all I got on Tekken. I do want to talk about a 3.5 hour. How long is this fucking movie? Hold on. Double check. I want to be accurate before I
It
start.
sounds like you don't give a shit about the movie.
I sat Saturday morning because I needed to make sure I sat through this 3 hours and 26-minute movie. Thank you, Mr. Scorsese, for Killers of the Flower Moon.
That sounds very familiar. That's the one with
Leo and Lily
Oh.
Gladstone. Leonardo DiCaprio and Lily Gladstone.
The name sounds familiar, so I'm looking.
It's the first time I've seen her, I think.
She looks familiar.
Yeah, looking at the stuff that she's known for, I've only seen her in this, in Killers of the Flower Moon. And if I scroll down to anything else, yep, that's all that I've seen. Anywho, let me go back. Sorry, takes place in the 1920s. That's when the movie starts, but it spans across. Bless you. But
Thank you.
Spans across, I think, 2 decades. I think 1940 or something. Anywho, the Native Americans got land with that has producing oil. So, excuse me. I think they're called Osage. Osage. Anywho, they have huge land there. They make deals with Americans there to for cash sake. And anyway, then people of the Native Americans are dying. You quickly find out that the Americans are like, getting chummy with the ladies of said land, like Osage clan, just so they could inherit the land. Excuse me. We start questioning if that is why they're together. Like they, show interest in each other, things like that, get in love, and then one by one, more and more Native Americans start to die, and then that's when the movie starts. Ernest is a guy who Leonardo DiCaprio's character. Ernest is recently off of he was in war. He was the cook in war. I forgot what war. 1920s. I mean, you can figure it out. Gets sent back, and then he goes to his uncle, who was played by Robert De Niro, and he gives him a job just to drive, because he has like some injury that he can't lift heavy objects because war, like in his gut, so he has to like wear something on his gut to keep his stuff there, things like that. And yeah, he starts driving Lily Gladstone's character with Molly Burkhart. Or, I'm sorry, Molly. She becomes Burkhart because spoilers, they get married. Don't worry, that's probably within the first hour of this 3.5 hours movie. And then the events start to transpire. I don't want to. I don't want to spoil it because it's like, oh, what happens to them? Things. What happened with the dying Native Americans, and that's mostly it. Like you just start lit. Scorsese made a 3 hour and a half of what happened to these people's lives up until how did it end again? Oh, I remember now. Until it ends, right? And you gotta keep in mind it's 1920, so like there's people like getting sick because of diabetes, and they're like, oh shit, diabetes, that's the killer, right? And you're like, nowadays that would be a shot and we're good to go, right? So they're dealing with like stuff with like if you cough too hard, you're dead, right?
Mm.
Uh, and yeah, She's from, sorry, Molly's character's from like a family of like 4 or 5 sisters, right? I forgot if it was 5 or 6, and a bunch of dudes are just trying to get chummy with them so they can. What you're thinking as an audience member is like they want to get chummy so they can get married, and then if something were to happen to them, they get rights to the land because there's money in the land, right? What is this random? Oh, that's Tekken stuff. Um, so I'm running into that a lot today. It's not capturing. There we go. Just have to keep this open and not reference anything else. Anyway, I don't know. The acting was fantastic. Like to be expected. Leo, the heavyweight there. We have Jesse Plemons in there. You've seen him from like Breaking Bad and other stuff. Uh, Scott Shepard's in it. De Niro's in it. Lily's in there. Did great. I was expecting Lily to have more on-screen time because I thought it was about mainly about Native Americans and what happened on the land, but it was kind of a little focused on Ernest's character, and Leo does a good job of portraying Ernest because he really seemed like he loves this girl, but his uncle in the back, spoilers, his uncle De Niro is the one trying to get cash, money, make deals so his empire continues to grow, so he wants the land, things like that. So DiCaprio's character is like he's like a simple dude, so he's being torn by like, hey, my uncle's giving me my uncle took me in after the war, gave me a job, things like that, but he actually likes this girl, so it's like, what's the best options here? So he's making decisions like that, and then you have 3.5 hours of him just not getting it, right? Like not getting what's happening and like standing like it's hard to watch 3.5 hours of just this dude not just speaking out, right? So you're just like watching him make the wrong decision over and over again. And that for 3.5 hours, that's too long, right? By the end of it, when it comes time for his arc to be like, oh, did he redeem himself? No, right? By the end of it, you're just hoping everything is okay with everybody else, but not the people involved. You don't care about the killers of the Flower Moon, right?
Mm.
Which is a problem. Because it's not like Red Dead Redemption where it's like, there's so much gray area you can find things to like, right? Here's like by second hour, you're like, fam, are we done yet? Like, we get it. They're terrible. Are they gonna get their comeuppance or what's happening? And again, I'm not gonna spoil it to see if they do or not. But if you want to invest 3.5 hours, it may pay off for you. And I keep mentioning the runtime because it matters to me. A film should, if you're spending 3.5 hours on one film and one sit down, you got to have a crazy payoff by the end of it. And I just did not get that payoff. I'm like, oh, there's some great moments in the movie. Shot great. Acting was fantastic. That's all I got to say. While I was watching it by hour 2.5 hours in, I would have liked to seen the story from the eyes of the FBI agents that get involved later, because Lily, the lady who plays Molly, finds a way to get the FBI involved to start investigating why all these people are dying in the town with like no investigation and stuff. And then once they hit the scene and start asking people, and it became like a detective kind of thing. But you, as the audience, already know what's happening, so you're just waiting for them to catch up to what's happening, and also get the bad guys. Where it would have been cool. I wonder what it would have been like if we just follow the FBI getting to the Osage land and trying to figure shit out.
Hmm.
So I mean, and again, we're mentioning the runtime again. For 3.5 hours, I cannot tell people to go watch this. If you got 3.5 hours to spend, and if you do, this is like a one-time watch. I don't think I'll ever watch this movie again. Not in a bad way. Again, the acting was great. Uh, a, a lot. It's just the plot. The pacing is so slow with no pace. Like if you have a slow paced movie, there should be still enough to keep you wanting to keep going. By like hour and a half, I'm like, what are we doing, bro? Like what's the end game here? But I mean, that's just my take there. It's hard to recommend the general public to watch it, but I mean, again, you're a fan of Scorsese, fan of Leo, fan of De Niro, or if you want to know a little bit more about the subject matter, like I didn't. There's some stuff that you learn about Native American stuff in this movie that I did not know about in terms of like tradition and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, it's informative, educational. You get to see how badly they were treated and things like that. I don't know. It has high moments, really high moments. It's just it's in that long ass runtime, and
Is it based on a true story?
good question. Is the Killers of the Flower Moon based on a true story? An Osage woman married to a white man, Ernest Burke. Because the story behind the Osage family, I guess it's based off of reality, from what everyone is saying. Oh no, Killers of the Flower Moon follows the true story of Molly Burkhart, an Osage woman married to a white man, Ernest Burkhart. Molly's large family owned multiple property. Molly's large family owned multiple properties in the Osage Reservation, and they were thriving off the profits generated from their mineral rights. That's kind of to set the stage of what's going on, and that's when all the sus planning and scheming from De Niro's character and slash family slash empire starts, because they're trying to get all the cash for the land, because there's a bunch of oil everywhere. There's like multiple different oil companies in their land, which is why the Native Americans became rich at that time, I guess. So again, educationally, excellent view. Cause you learn a lot, right? But hey, Valentine's Day's coming, bro. I'm gonna go check out a movie with my gal. This is not that, right? It's not a quick in. Hey, this is a cute movie. Out, you got to sit on it and sit through it.
Heck is he talking about?
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, you got to sit on it. God damn. Oh shit, that's easy. I don't know. That's it. It sounds like a more negative review. I had a great time with it. It's just the longer it took, I'm like, I need to get out of this, right? Damn, it's even talking about it, Brian's like, can we end this already? That yawn. That's all I have to say. Did you guys watch? Randall, did you watch Killers of the Flower Moon?
Did I watch what?
Killers of the Flower Moon? The movie I'm talking
No.
about. No? Okay. I don't know if you
Killers
already
of
saw it or.
Flower Moon.
You said you never heard of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know about this movie.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was 3 hours though.
I've been talking about it for the past 5 minutes. What are you talking about?
No, man. I mean, I was listening to you, but I'm saying like I didn't realize this was the movie that you was talking about.
Yeah, it's a 3.5. So I don't know. That's all I got to say about it. I don't know if that's a
It
good or
looked
bad.
interesting, but I mean, I naturally deterred from it because it was Western.
Yeah, it's 1920s. When in that time period, everything's Western at that point. I guess, but they had cars. This is like right after they were. I mean, they discovered oil and made automobiles and stuff. So, like, there's still vehicles. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio called his car his bucket, and I'm gonna call that my car that now.
Bucket.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like that.
Yeah, it's like a deep Southern.
Bucket.
Yeah, his bucket.
His bucket.
I gave you a ride on my bucket. I'm gonna call that's what my Ford Fusion is now. A bucket.
Bucket.
There is a lot of good shots for Brian in his folder of guns and funny stuff with guns happening. It's funny in a dark way. That's about it.
I need to reorganize it. Some stuff I haven't added to the folder yet.
I'm gonna spoil this one because it happens like literally a couple minutes in the movie. So
Mhm.
they're going through like a little montage of like the Native American women who like passed or something, and it'd be like, oh, had this, no investigation, suicide, no investigation, like just cutting between the events. And then there was one where it was showing us why there was no investigation. It was a lady going outside, right, with her baby, and she puts it in the carriage, right, but she's in front of a building with a window open with like like drapes or something, and a man sticks his hand out with a gun and shoots her, right, and then comes out, grabs the baby, and walks inside. But as she's putting the baby in, you just see this gun come out of the blinds and then shoots her.
I was expecting it. I thought it was gonna shoot the baby as she put it down.
That's what we thought when we were watching. We're like, there's no way this man's gonna kill them because he shot her and then walks right up to the carriage, and I'm like, he's not about to revolver this child, right? And he didn't. He just picked up the kid and went inside. And I'm like, these people are wild, bro. And I don't know why.
It's a
It's
lot of
just
blood.
there's a couple seconds of just the gun coming out, and I just laughed because I'm like, this is JoJo if it were real life. Just a revolver gun coming out of the window. Like, this is insane. This is a cartoon. But that's it. I'll end it on that happy note, funny note, dark
I need you
funny
to
note.
just for me. I need you to rewatch it just to make that a GIF that I can use.
Oh, okay. I should be able to do that. Speaking of which, you remember how I had that plan to edit like the Fae 5 stuff, especially like the music? And then Universal Media Group decided to pull all of the fucking music off of TikTok. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
sick. So if I post this, they're probably gonna flag my stuff because it's gonna have their music in it. So I don't know how I'm gonna edit that together. It might just be with images of said album and stuff. Before I wanted to do like quick cuts, like, oh, number 5 was this, and then play like the snippet, and
Mm-hmm.
then do that, and then I'm like, well, back to the drawing board.
Well, it's just for TikTok though.
Yeah, but
So
YouTube
just do
already,
YouTube short.
YouTube is gonna flag me because there's music in it. I had a TikTok because you could just upload the music in there, it'll be fine. Like they haven't enforced it the way YouTube does, if that makes sense. I could try it. I guess I'll try to see if YouTube gives me a hard time.
SWAT won't come through your window, right? They'll give you a
It'll
warning and
just
take the video down.
they'll just take it down until I dispute it or something. And that
So then, there you go. Do it on both, freak.
damn, chill. That's all I gotta say about the Killers of the Flower Moon. Did you guys watch anything?
No, I want to watch.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Maestro. I want to watch what's it called? The John Baptiste thing that I mentioned, American Symphony.
Is
I haven't
Maestro
watched them yet.
in theaters only right now, or is it out in digital? Asking
I
for a
don't
friend.
even know.
Okay. Asking for
Dude.
friends.
I don't even know what's out in the theater. I don't even know. I didn't even know that movie was out.
What? Killers of the Flower Moon came out late last year. It's just it came out in digital like late, like in December, and I just every time it came out maybe what October. Anthony, you were right on the page. Came out when? Let me see. Yeah, October 20th in theaters. And then by like late December, it came out on digital. And I'm like, I gotta watch this. And every time I highlighted the movie and I saw that runtime, I'm like, I would
It's
look
a
up.
Netflix movie, Maestro.
Oh, it is.
Let me
Then
see.
if that's the case, then yeah, for my friends, I might be able to. Oh yeah, it is.
Oh, so it's American Symphony.
Gotcha. I'll let my friends know you want to see that. Cool. Matt Bomer's in it. Sick.
I'm in it.
You are really?
Yeah.
Apparently, your movie's getting a lot of
American Fiction.
yeah. So I grabbed that. I mean, my friends grabbed that, and they're letting me borrow that.
I want to watch just because I might feel different about it, like seeing it instead of being in it.
Yeah, it's a different experience. being in the movie
The
and then like
editing.
watch, yeah, the editing, the score, the cuts, the color grading, right?
Like I didn't think I was that passionate in the Batman, and then I saw it, and
And
like
then
yo, I really went. I was in my bag in that scene.
the scene where you yelled at him, "Open your eyes." You had
Mm-hmm.
something going on in your personal life that day because you took it out on poor old Cobblepot, bro.
It was kind of like method acting because right before they said and scene, like an eyelash was in it, and I kept closing it, so it was more so me talking to me, but they already started recording.
I see, I see. So you just said, "In
I
your
was
eye."
yeah, I was set up with it.
Cool, cool. All right, cool. Maestro is out. I did want to check this out too. We'll see. This is the problem is all the movies and TV show stuff has been falling to the wayside because gaming, bro. I've been gaming more. That the itch is back. So, um, Randall, did you watch anything? Because Brian just told me things he wants to watch.
Did you guys see the trailer for Avatar?
The third one?
Mm.
The live action one on Netflix.
When you say Avatar, you mean blue people or
Oh, okay. You talking about
Airbender.
the Airbender? I don't know why I got hyped. Like I really enjoyed the second one. I thought you were talking about Avatar, Pandora Avatar.
Nah.
My fault. Yeah, I
I
Airbender.
just
did.
haven't seen the second one.
I mean, it looks great and it's easy to follow. The story's not difficult to follow. I recommend it for a good time. It's a
You
length.
No,
It's
can't.
a
I'm
lengthy one.
talking about. I said the trailer for the live action one.
I understand, but Brian
On
was talking
Netflix.
about Brian was saying he didn't see Way of Water, and I'm telling him
Oh,
it's
oh.
yeah. But I did see the trailer for the live action The Last Airbender
I didn't see it.
Avatar. It look. I mean, from that trailer, I'm hyped. It looks like they're keeping close, and the casting looks good.
Yeah, everyone is saying that the casting that they're doing is like spot on.
Yeah, like they're doing a really good job with casting, and from the trailer, it looks like it's gonna pop. It looks like they're sticking with the story. They're not changing big plot points, but that's just the trailer, so
I don't see Iroh.
they're killing it. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but
Do they show all the kids or is it
mm-hmm.
just they showed Toph
Ooh, no, they showed the
or
first
Toph?
three because I think she comes into like the second book or something, right, or third book.
It's when they start. I think it's when the third one because when he starts learning earthbending.
Earthbending, yeah. So I think this first season is gonna be the first book, right?
I don't know.
I don't
Wait, it's a
know.
show or it's a movie?
It's a show. If I'm not mistaken, Randall, it's a show, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, yeah. So they're probably gonna break it up into the different books. I would hope so. Unless it's gonna be like 2 seasons for one book, and that's gonna be a lengthy
I
ass
like the
show.
quality that they're putting into it.
Yeah, it looks good, right? Like the trailer looked good.
Like it looks like a movie as
Yeah.
far as the quality.
So I'm positively like like
Book two.
what is
The second thing. The second
the second book is when Toph is introduced. Yeah.
mhm.
So you probably have to wait for next season.
I forget how it's. I'm upset because she's my favorite, and I forget if it's pronounced Toph or Toph. I think it's Toph.
It might be tough. Tough sounds like familiar, like what I remember hearing in the show. But yeah, I saw that trailer, and I'm I'm more than cautiously optimistic. Like I'm just optimistic about it. That's the word I was looking for. I don't know why before I was just losing all the words in my mind.
You're crazy.
For real. I'm digging it. And Brian, you know the name of the new Deadpool movie, right?
No.
Oh, well, you're gonna find out. It's Deadpool and
Was
Wolverine.
oh okay.
Just to let you know, because I know you're like, I don't
You,
want
you knew
spoilers
that
from
already.
trailer. No, we only had 3. Like there was speculations on what was gonna be
No, I'm
called.
saying I'm talking about Brian. He knew that Wolverine was going to be in it.
Okay.
No, we're asking, Brian.
Oh, I mean, I assumed because they did that one I guess reveal in his living room or whatever.
Oh, that's true. You're right. I remember now. That small trailer when he was like in his house, he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be in it." Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
I
Yeah,
didn't know it's called that though.
yeah. The trailer came out during the Super Bowl, so that we got a lot of scenes in it. But we're not trying to spoil it for you, bro. We're just gonna know it's out. They gave us a date. It's July 26th, I think. So summer blockbuster easily. And Brando, is this the only Marvel movie coming out this year?
That I'm aware of.
Then I mean that makes sense why right stuck dead in the middle of the summer. They're gonna make a lot of cash. Good for Deadpool and Ryan.
I watched that Hunger Games movie.
Oh, I've been having on my backlog. Is it worth watching?
You got quite the backlog.
I told you, gaming is taking priority. So like, my backlog is. I still haven't seen Turismo.
Yeah, I know that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I just put on something if I need to, spend time, and I'm like, all right, cool. This came out. That's why I watched Ferrari. That's why I watched Killers of the Flower Moon. I'm like 3.5 hours. Let me just get this shit over with. How's Hunger Games
Uh,
standalone? Like, don't compare it to the three original movies. Like, if fresh, you don't know anything about Hunger Games. It's a prequel, right?
yes, it's about President Snow before you became President Snow.
Oh, okay. So it's like a rise to power story.
Um, without comparing it to the other movies,
Yeah. Can you recommend watching this without? Because I'm sure you like the other ones, right?
they're all right.
Oh, okay. Then just go ahead. Just give us your free reign thoughts.
I mean, I love the story because I read the books, but I mainly was watching it because, well, I initially watched it because I thought it had common sense to like make it like the books, but there was some stuff that was off, and it wasn't as dramatic as it was in the books, and also because Jennifer Lawrence was in it. But I don't know. Viola Davis was in it.
She kills, bro.
Uh,
I'm sure she
huh?
was probably doing really good in it, right? She kills people. She
Yeah,
kills.
she was practically the antagonist.
Oh, okay. Did she steal the show, or was there
Huh?
anybody else? Did she steal the show? Was there anybody else out there?
I think so.
Oh, okay, good on her then.
Um, Visually, it looked good. Um, it was an interesting take because it's like this is the beginning of the Hunger Games, so a lot of the stuff that we know of hasn't happened yet. So you know how like the Hunger Games we're aware of is like an arena where it's like you got to find each other and all that stuff like that, and you can hide in the forest or on an island somewhere or something like that.
Uh huh.
Well, the initial Hunger Games were like in our arena, like a coliseum.
Oh
So there
shit.
was no hiding.
Oh, so they say go
It's
and you
a
just start.
giant circle, and you just gotta kill each other.
So those ended it
But
quickly then.
yeah, in most cases. But I mean, not spoiling anything. Something happens that makes it less. Uh, makes it less of a circle. Some things happen, and you have
Okay,
more options now.
I see.
Also, they use the Hunger Games that we know. The game makers intervene, like they come up with all these traps and stuff like that or whatever. Well, they didn't really do that much in the beginning. It was
Okay,
just more like they would give the contenders weapons, and then they would fight to the death. And then if it like, oh, this is something else that was different was like um the Hunger Games went on for days. So
well yeah, and
uh
and the ones we know,
in the new ones or in the initial they didn't obviously because it was like an
it's
arena.
it's a show. Yeah,
But,
and like they.
but depending on I guess the situation and may determine whether or not how long the thing lasts. And again, you know how like people can um send them like gifts like water and bread and stuff like that or whatever.
Okay.
Well, they showed the beginning of this, like how the idea came about and
Hmm.
how they started to implement it into the Hunger Games, and it was broken. It's like anything that's newly developed is usually kind of broken.
They have plot
So
holes,
like
like not plot holes. They have like ways to cheese it.
no, what I mean by broken, I mean like anytime you introduce new technology. So let's say, for example, you say we're going to introduce this new technology where we can send the tributes food
A care package or something.
by way of some sort of drone or whatever.
Okay.
Well, because this was a new idea, they hadn't calibrated the drones. So whenever someone would send a tribute, like a glass of water or something like that for them, the drones would just come flying in real fast, like almost like a missile or something like that.
To the,
So they couldn't
directly to
like
the person
yeah, directly to the person. So they couldn't even like it didn't like slow down so they can grab the water. It would just come full speed at them.
and just crash right into it.
Yeah. So it was more like them just dodging out of the way before they could like get hit by this thing. So that was that. And I don't know
I got
how
questions
to
for you then, if you want to, so you can make it easier to elaborate.
yeah.
Is it more action based or is it more character driven? Like you're saying, there's less stuff happening in the battlefield because it's just one big circle. So do they focus more on like tension, or
I
do
would
they?
say it's more intention, but there's stuff that happens outside of the games that's action based.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's more intention. It's more like character driven and character development and trying to get people to, I guess, feel for the characters.
So it's not like a. It's not trying to be like a Wick clone where it's like, oh, check out this one take action sequence in the middle of a
Oh
battle
no,
royale.
no.
Okay,
Mm.
cool. How about politicking? Because I know like the first couple Hunger Games had like, hey, what's happening in the in the battle royale or whatever, and then they would cut to like the bigwigs politicking, trying to make
Yeah,
moves.
none of that stuff is really
In this one.
in the camera.
Oh, okay.
They might have conversations about it like in the background, but it's not really like in your face. It's mostly about the tributes, why the Hunger Games exists, and it was terrible, man. It's like it shows you the like the how things changed over the years. So like how the Hunger Games we know is like someone gets picked and then they from their district and then they get put on a train and this train is like obviously from the capital, so the train looks really nice, it's shiny and it has like the best furniture, has all this lavish food, like more food than you can eat at one time. Then you get put into all these like really beautiful, well, subjectively beautiful clothes. Um, like you get really dolled up
Uh huh.
and stuff like that. But in the initial Hunger Games, it wasn't like that. Like you get picked up from your district, thrown inside a truck, and put on this train. But the train looked like it was something that you will haul, like I don't know, like equipment
Cattle.
or cattle or industrial stuff.
So they glamorize
It
it for the.
wasn't lavish at all.
Okay. It
And
was.
then get this, so they don't when they get to the destination of the capital, they don't get off the train. I don't even know how they did it, but they like somehow like backed the train up into like this hole and opened up the door, and then because the decline that the vehicle was on, they end up just falling out of it into like a cage like you would see at a museum. So they was looked at as animals.
And then they're
So
just
they
like,
were put in a cage like a museum, like if they were animals, and then people will come and look at them as if they were human or whatever. It was stupid.
oh,
So
okay.
that was different.
It felt more barbaric. As
Yeah,
yeah, I see what you mean. Where like in the new the current time ones, I guess it was celebrity this, celebrity that. Oh, this is our
yeah.
representative for this district.
hmm
Yeah, I see
Like
what
they
you mean.
didn't even have like in the later on in the years, as you know, like people would volunteer
Mm-hmm.
from districts running to it, but they were known as careers because they didn't have to go. It was like an honor for them to participate.
Well, because the powers that be made it like a glamour thing that people should strive for. So that's why people trained and then volunteered for their district or whatever. That's weird, dude. Okay, so it's like a darker tone then.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, it sounds like I'm gonna check it out. That sounds okay.
I mean, some little girl was in there, man. I'm like, wow,
Like a young girl, like
like really little, man.
like
Like
5 year, like
little,
6-year-old.
little. Like there's no way she can survive this.
Like Rue from the original 3.
Smaller than Rue,
Mm.
More younger than Rue.
younger than Rue.
Oh wow.
And that was one of the arguments between people in the movie. Was like, how could we do this when
They
these are
c-
children?
yeah, they can't fend for themselves against grown adults. Like,
Well, they're not adults; they're still kids,
oh
but
okay,
they're like
they're teenagers probably.
teenagers at the
Yeah,
oldest.
and if you get
A
some
teenager going up against
a kid,
8-year-old or a 6-year-old, like, come on, man.
especially if it's like some dude who's been working out, right? Like some big teenage dude.
And you could tell she was like really young because she was like she had no idea what to do. She was
Yeah,
just like walking around.
because it's a kid that's innocent. Like, what does she know about killing things to survive? That's wild. That sounds like a good. I mean, you're selling me on it. I don't know if you ended up enjoying it or not, but it sounds like a good watch.
It's all right.
Well, hold on. Let me check the runtime. Because after Killers of the Flower Moon, right? Let me hold on.
I think it's less than 2 hours.
Less than 2 hours? You're selling me more.
Wait, no,
Or-
I might be wrong. No, I'm wrong. I think it is like 3 hours long.
Oh no, 2.5. It's about normal length. 2.5 is kind of like the 2.5 is like average now.
It does something that you normally say is it overstated its welcome.
Damn it, that's not what I wanted to hear. Now I'm not. I don't want to watch. I hate when they do that,
And
dude.
like I almost never say that
Yeah.
when I'm reviewing movies, but yeah, it definitely overstayed its welcome. It was like it was at one point in the movie where I thought it was the end, and then I looked at
The progress bar.
bar, and that jump was like halfway. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that happened to me during.
What is left?
That's what I did for
Everything's
Killers.
over.
I did the same thing for Killers of the Flower Moon. I'm like, yo, this has to be almost over. I still had an hour and 10 minutes, and I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, no man. The last part literally was pointless.
Ah, that's
You
unfortunate.
could have covered that in a conversation, or I don't know, a montage or something.
Is it because they got artsy with it and they're doing like crazy slow shots or like
No,
Oh.
it was nothing slow, no slow motion, no nothing. It was just all this extra stuff that was just
fluff?
I don't even know what you would call it. It just seemed pointless because it didn't get. I guess for me, the reason why I feel like it was for nothing was because after what they showed, you didn't get a definitive answer at the end of it.
The
It's
payoff.
kind of like, for example, if I said, okay, the last quarter or the last act of this movie, Brian trained like intensely every day.
Okay.
It was a training montage. They showed him dieting. They showed him making sacrifices. He isolated himself to train. Um, and then fight day was coming up, and then fight day came up, and then that's how they ended the movie.
So it's like ding ding ding, cut to credits.
Yeah, like it's like he's in a ring. You hear the bell ring. You see him and the other dude approach each other, and then fade to black. And it's like I watched all of this just to not know what happens.
Oh, that's a foul mood. That's a foul move. Sorry, because it's not a TV show. So why are you crafting this movie so it ends in cliffhanger? That's so wild.
They should have done. They should have just made it a show. The original 3.
Oh, well, like yeah, like you mentioned, you guys read the books or some, and there's probably a lot more content that didn't hit the big screen, so it would have lived perfectly nice on TV because they can give
They
it
made
like an
my favorite
entire.
character boring as fuck.
Oh,
Who? Finnick?
No, the girl that gets nude in the elevator.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
like
I don't
she
think
has
I
a good
remember that.
arc, but she starts like in the book. She's more of like a jury from Street Fighter,
Uh-huh.
and she has like a growing up arc that I liked her. I liked her development.
Oh, okay. She went from like okay. I don't remember her. Again, it's been so long since I've seen the Hunger Games.
I forget her name though.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
with a
trying
P or
to-
something, Petra or something.
I thought that was the dude. I thought Petra was a dude.
Hunger Games.
PETA was the dude.
Yeah, PETA.
PETA.
Hunger Games.
When was he
Girl
added?
that gets nude in elevator.
All right, Brian.
Joanna Mason,
Is the character name or the actress name?
the character's name.
Was she in the first one or in the second one?
He was addicted to morphine.
I'm trying to look her up on here, but I don't see
Yeah,
it.
I remember her. She was like super violent too.
Oh, Jenna Malone is the actress's name.
Hmm.
Oh, she was in Sucker Punch. Okay, and Batman versus Superman. I don't remember her in that. The Neon Demon. Haven't seen that either.
The actress looks familiar.
She was in Donnie Darko. That might be where you saw her, bro. Donnie Darko. Or Sucker Punch, because she was in Sucker Punch as well.
I remember Sucker.
What's up?
Said I remember Sucker Punch. Like by that, I don't remember. I know I've seen Donnie Darko. I don't know any. I don't remember anything about that movie.
Oh, okay.
Besides, like there's like a bunny or something, and it's Jake Gyllenhaal,
You got it.
right?
Yeah. You got it. That's all you needed really to know. There's a bunny in it and Gyllenhaal's in it.
I don't remember a bridge.
Yeah, I don't recall there being a bridge in that, but random, I mean, you can fact check me.
And what?
Donnie Darko.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you should. I mean, that's a classic when you get for a throwback Thursday movie night. You know what I'm saying? Go watch Donnie Darko. It's an
I get
interesting film.
uncomfortable.
What?
I get uncomfortable with it. Don't people say it's like a more dark movie?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, there's no bridges. Think of a movie with no bridges.
That's pretty dark.
Fuck.
Want to hear the overview, Randall? See if
No,
you're
I
interested. Okay.
No.
Yes. I mean,
Looking at this evil looking bunny, it tells me enough.
that's what I'm saying. You might like it though. It's
I
all
don't
right.
think I did that in my head.
Jake Gyllenhaal's in it though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got Drew Barrymore, Jake Gyllenhaal, the lady you just mentioned, that was Jenna Malone, Mary McDonald, Maggie Gyllenhaal. The siblings are in the same movie. You know, there's a lot of good stuff.
I'd have to rewatch it because I just remember a bunny and Jake Gyllenhaal. And a distinct lack of bridge.
Yeah, that's where I'll leave it at then. If you guys are gonna rewatch it, it was cool. I don't know if it ages well because it's been so long since I've seen it, but that's it. Okay. So it's not, I mean, I might have to check it out. I kind of liked a little bit of what you're talking about for the Hunger Games, so I might just check it out and see what I think. Especially since it's pretty different than the modern Hunger Games, I guess. We can name it that. And you said Viola Davis kills it, and I like watching Viola Davis act.
Yeah, she's disturbing because
She has to play like that
like
maniacal
something's
character.
wrong with her skin.
Uh-huh.
And she has like one blue eyeball. Like it's weird.
And it's
Like bright blue?
like a prosthetic?
Yeah, like bright blue. Like as if she was white.
Well, I've seen that in dogs. Like one eye color can be the other color. Isn't that happening for humans too? Like, can't you have like
Humans have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not to this extreme. I'm used to the ones that you see in real life, but this was like,
It looked like she has superpowers blue. Like it was like bright blue.
hold up.
I
Did you
guess
see like a figure behind her and did she ever whisper the word persona?
I'm just gonna look it up. I
No.
think Randall's looking it up.
Okay.
Hunger Games Viola Davis.
I'm expecting like a glowing blue, like Super Saiyan eye.
Oh no, it is very blue. Oh, but it
Like
looks
glowing?
no, it just
Not
looks like
glowing, but it's like in the movie, it pops out every time she's talking.
Like out of her head?
Not literally, but it's just
Oh.
like it's an attention grabber.
Oh, that looks weird.
Yeah.
Mine does that look. I'm just kidding.
what the hell? Yeah, I don't see it. Here it is. Did you already share a picture of it, Randall, or no?
Oh, I thought you saw it already.
Oh, Brian's already saw it? It's for Brian.
No,
Here.
I thought you said you
I saw it.
Oh, well, I put it on there anyway.
It's the same picture I saw.
Okay, cool.
I think the makeup also makes it look weird. Like it's a combination.
Oh my
Right?
god, you said you did the accent, Brian. I sent you a TikTok you need to listen to unless you already reacted to it.
I don't know.
Anywho. Okay. I'm kind of sold on it. I'm a little interested in watching it. If that's all we got, Randall, we need to talk to you about enlisting for Super Earth.
For what?
For Super Earth.
What is that?
Don't worry, I got
Think Earth.
I have the video
Super.
for you.
You can send him the intro.
Yeah. Intro cinematic. Hold on. I think this is it.
She's pretty.
Thanks.
Here you go, Randall. Please don't play it on your. Don't play it so I can hear it. Pretty much. So
And
if
I
you
can't
can't,
play it right now.
your phone
Oh.
and mute your
What is
mic. I
this?
guess.
Helldivers?
Yeah. Why is Discord just doing crazy stuff? I'm like losing video footage here, like our cameras for a couple seconds. It's Helldivers, Randall. So like, if you haven't seen Helldivers, that'll be a nice introduction because you know what it is. It's pretty much.
I think I have.
I said the wrong thing before. I said Super Troopers before. It's supposed to be Starship
Troopers?
Starship Troopers. Thank you. It's pretty much what if they made a game of that, the sequel, and now it's in third person instead of like isometric
So why are you trying to sell me on it?
because it's out. We've been playing it over the weekend. It's fun.
Oh, it's multiplayer?
It's full. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Who's
Uh,
been playing?
What do you mean? Who's been playing?
You said we've been playing over the weekend.
Us as gamers as united. Like the more people need to be
Oh,
playing this.
Thought
Like
you meant like you had a squad or something.
yes, you can get a squad, but I'm letting you know. Money needs to be spent on this so people know. Hey, we want more of it. Right.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm like. Support it is what I'm telling you. Right.
Mhm.
But before I tell you to support it, like I mentioned, 4-player over the shoulder. You can play with your friends on PS5 and PC. There's crossplay. Sort of. They've had a weekend of server issues. Hopefully they'll fix that.
Wow. Y'all are not gonna like this.
Who's
Hold
y'all?
up. People that's on this podcast. I'm about to show you a picture
Of what?
of someone that we love very dearly, but he doesn't look as good as he normally looks.
What is that? Okay. So while you're doing that,
You was going to say, what does that mean?
yeah, like none of that means that doesn't mean anything. What you just said to me was sounds. Like if you were making music, none of that had any substance besides I'm going to show you something. You gave me you gave me no more information than what we started with. You're like, I'm going to show you something. What are you going to show me?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you someone who doesn't look as good as he normally looks.
Okay, so you told me nothing because I don't know who this person is, what he looked like before, and what he can possibly look like now.
Okay. Well, when I show you the picture,
Okay.
you're gonna know.
Well, while you're doing that, Helldivers.
Helldivers.
All right. And listen for Super Earth. The story is as silly as it needs to be. It's Earth spreading democracy onto these other planets. That's their shtick, but you're pretty much defending from like alien AIs versus bugs. No, that's just Paul Rudd.
He looks so old right there. He never looks old.
I mean, it's time, Randall. Everyone has a breaking point. He probably hit his breaking point. You know, he's looking older now.
So it's good.
Yeah, I mean, he looks older, Randall, but he still looks way better than I'm gonna look like at his age. How old is he?
Isn't he 70?
No.
Get the hell out, Brian.
I'm about to say
There's-
he's definitely found the fountain of youth if he's 70.
He is 54.
Okay, that sound. If you were to say like 70 for real, like I'm not joking, I'd be like, then 100%. I'm not.
54 decades. I'm sorry, I didn't finish.
Then yeah, in 54 decades, I'm not gonna look like that. I'm gonna look more like the character from One Piece.
From One Piece.
Mm-hmm. There's like a character who's just bones.
Oh,
He's loading or sleeping. I don't know yet. I don't remember his name. I haven't met him yet while we're trying to do the One Piece stuff yet. So
I know his name, but because I've been told it, but I'm blanking. I haven't started watching it. I told my friend I'm not watching it until the manga ends.
Wait, doesn't One Piece have to do with pirates?
yes,
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're watching it.
he
I
hasn't.
just said out loud I'm not watching it.
Oh, okay.
I
Think you know
started.
the guy, man.
Yeah, I did. Do you think you know, guy? Oh my goodness. So Helldivers 2, fantastic fun. You pretty much, like I mentioned, you're going to different planets that are inhabited by either killer bugs, androids. I forgot what the third one were. They might not have introduced the third
Bug
one yet.
droids.
Bug droids, sure. And you have an arsenal of things you can use. You have like assault rifles, handguns. Then you get these things called stratagems, which are things you can use to call in more support. You can drop orbital strikes. You can ask for like heavy weapons, like rocket, laser, lasers, a supply backpack to help your teammates, have ammo. Uh, Pretty tactical. What I did like is the range of difficulty. Like you start off at one, it goes from like 0 to like 9, and finding the balance of what you find challenging versus still fun is perfect. I think I'm at 4 is where I have the most fun and it's challenging still. 4 or 5 ish, out of I don't know what the max uh difficulty is, but that's where I'm at now. Uh, but yeah, the game will overwhelm you and it does not give a shit. Like you are there to do complete missions. You're not there to keep shooting enemies to level up your gun XP or some shit. Like you're there to just get them, dive into hell, get your shit done, and get the hell out. Right? There's extraction times and stuff like that. You have to plan accordingly before you drop. The music every time we drop for the mission, it swells up as your pods are coming out, and it's so fucking hype. All right, every time for me. I love it so far. Holy shit! I will die on that hill. I don't know why it sounds so good. And then you can hear like the pods entering the breaking the atmosphere. What is it? Entering the atmosphere. So you hear the bass of and it's just such such a presentation. And then you just touch ground and your character slides up from the pod and it's go time, right? Like get the shit done, get out, don't get killed, right? I don't know. The loop is there for me. I don't really give a shit about progressing. I just like going in there, shooting shit, getting shit done. There's friendly fire by default. There's no way to turn it off. You have to sort of think what you're doing. I mean, and accidents happen. Sometimes you throw a grenade, you don't tell your teammate. They're in blast radius. They die. We laugh. We call reinforcements to bring them back, and then you keep it moving, right? Like it's good. It's just cool shit like that. I don't know. It's just so fun for me. I don't. Brian, it's up to you to talk now. Like the stuff you don't like, because I'm just gonna keep gushing over it.
I'm enjoying it. I played far less than everyone else, I think, but I'm enjoying it. It's more the same. If you played the first one, it feels like more difficult because you don't know everything on screen because it's third person as
Yeah,
opposed to isometric.
yeah.
So it's definitely difficult, and out of nowhere you're swarmed and you're panicking, but it was fun. Uh,
We were
it's the same like uh the same light or the same things that people like about games like Lethal Company, things like that, versus you with some friends and shit's going not according to plan, but you're there for the fun part of it. Is this game encapsulates that? I think that's the right word.
reminds me of our time yesterday when we played. Brian's first time playing, I think, was yesterday with me, and I think it was Gabs.
Mm-hmm.
Our first couple matches. Before you touch down on the planet, whatever you're going on, you get to pick where you want to land, right? And I asked them, do you guys want to go on areas where it's like, no, this is a dangerous spot, there's going to be people around, or a safe spot away from the objectives? Like the closer you land near an objective, there's going to be enemies there, obviously, right? So then I'm like, you guys sure about it? And like, yeah, we can handle it. So we did the automatons, which is like the robot area plant, like the robot faction level, and land right in the heat of it. And Brian will, I think his words like, why did Anthony? I think Brian said, why did Anthony land us in Terminator 3 or some shit? Because it was just a bunch of robot shit looking at us, going, "Oh, y'all landed right here," just beelining towards us to kill us, and it's just red lights in the darkness, just trying to shoot at us, and we're running for our lives. It was fantastic.
I'm on a fucking gray and red planet, running for my life with just a shotgun in a dream.
What the
I'm getting
hell did
exploded by a whole turret.
Brent? What the hell did you just send us?
So some dude, some dude. I'm not following him, but he was streaming on. I think it might have been TikTok. Or maybe Instagram. I can't remember. I think it's TikTok.
This looks like TikTok
But
UI.
this is his background. Why he's streaming? Like why?
I mean, it's
That's what
funny
the problem is.
because why not?
All right,
Right?
you said you don't see what the problem is.
I don't see what the problem is.
Okay,
You don't get cheered on by the boys while you're playing.
Yeah.
not that kind of chair.
Oh, you're missing out, Randall. That's what gives you bonus stats, bro.
That's
Okay.
real brotherhood.
What?
So that's real brotherhood right there.
I feel you. I don't know if I'm losing the video feed when I'm looking at Discord. I really gotta stop doing that.
Yeah,
Helldivers.
Helldivers is fun. It's just a nice meme of a time.
Is there a campaign?
Your stories
Loosely.
is the campaign, Randall. The adventures you share with your teammates is the story. There's no
Yes.
story better than that. I can bet you right now, if I told them, "Hey, make a story for this game," it will not be better than what happens to you on a mission by mission thing. I guarantee it. There is zero way you can. There's like especially the fucking invisible bug that tries to sneak up on you and catch your booty when you're not looking.
What?
Yeah.
There's like you know how like that cloak effect you see in movies, so they're invisible, but it's a game, so you got to know they're sort of invisible. Like, is that somebody?
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
you'll be playing and then like retreating because you know you just killed like a butt and you have to reload and you have to run while you reload, otherwise you're gonna get fucking mauled, right? So
Mm.
you'll turn to run back and you'll see one of them like behind a rock going, "Oh fuck, I can't strike yet." And you're like, "Invisible guy!" And everyone starts shooting this invisible thing and it
Jeez.
freaks out and starts to run away. But if you don't pay attention to them, they'll come up and just start attacking you from the behind. So I'm like, your booty's
This
exposed.
is an NPC you're talking about.
Yeah, it's all NPCs. You don't fight other
I'm
players.
literally everyone that think it was me, Anthony Gabs, maybe someone else, and they're running along. I'm behind, and it's just if you hear a bug sound, a hit sound, a gun, and someone just say war, you would think you would turn around, right? I had to say
Mhm.
like 3 fucking times for them to try to save me from this goddamn bug.
Jeez.
Yeah, he just yelled war, and I'm like, what? Oh my god, it's great
That's
stuff.
definitely a game you should have been recording because you could have had like montage you could have done.
I know now to just have the replay on. I didn't even have the replay buffer on when we were playing, but now I know when I play that game with more than just myself, I need to have the replay buffer on. It's definitely clippable moments happen often usually, especially at a higher difficulty because it gets so crazy, dude. You start throwing bigger and bigger enemies at you and at a more frequent pace while you're trying to get objectives done. It's good stuff. And again, the music, it's like orchestral stuff, and it's my favorite part. Dropping into whatever mission, I cannot wait to see that sequence every time. The animation of like once you pick like your location, we're going here, and it's like, oh, hell pod's ready, and they walk in, they fucking like they lock in their feet on the bottom of the platform, and they slide down, and then the thing goes, and then you start picking where to land, and then the thing swells up every single time. I'm like, this is it, bro. Presentation is out there for that for me. It's just sick. That's what I got. I don't know. Helldivers 2, go buy it. It's $40. This AAA game's coming out at $70 now. This is only $40.
It's a fun time.
And it's just a good time, dude. It's a game meant to just have fun, and you can tell by how silly it is. And the characters you pick, you can pick like different voice. Like if you want to be a girl, you just pick a girl voice or whatever. And same with the dude. The dude I have that I picked, like usually have like a large machine gun build, so I always walk around with like a large machine gun, so that if there's like a bunch of people, I can just support fire while people do shit. And if you hold down the fire button and get through like halfway of your like 250 mag round, he starts like he starts like yelling and be like
Doing the Rambo.
democracy. Yeah, like it starts. It's so self-aware of how silly it is that it just makes more lines. Like the characters are just silly.
There's only one voice that I didn't fucking hate, and it was like the first lady one, so I just picked that voice.
Oh, okay. It's just a good fucking time. I may or may not just load it up after this fucking podcast call. So like to do at least one mission.
I won't, but I'm enjoying myself quite a bit. I'm glad to, because a lot of times when they make a sequel and they try something like drastically different, so from isometric to third person, is always like a worry.
Yeah.
With the exception of this game, I think Risk of Rain might be the only other one that I think for the better.
I agree. Like Switch, like I love the first one. The isometric feel felt it keeps everybody like in the same screen, so you can be like, oh, I know what's happening. But going to third person, like I'll tell you, the presentation, landing, and then just, your guy comes up and it's like, all right, you're playing Helldivers. You know all that crazy shit that happened in the first game. You're doing it, but from this perspective,
Hmm
and it's like, okay, we're in, and
I
it
like it
feels
because it's
great.
more immersive.
It is. It sure is. Especially if you're like on a level that's like super foggy or something, and you're like, we can't see shit because like you have to go take out like a spore tower or something that's causing the fog. Communication is key there, dude. Especially,
Just me and my ammo, my shotgun. That's all I
yeah,
got.
that's all you got. It's you, your gun, and hopefully your teammates are nearby.
So hopefully they know what war means.
Yeah, you're stuck with me. You're not. I'm not gonna know what war means now. In the future, going forward, Brian says war. I'm looking for your icon. Be like, where is he? Right. But at the time, I'm like, yeah, wow, who? Yeah, what is it? Good. I was gonna start singing
Fighting
along,
for my
right?
life, that bug basically tongued me out. It literally launched me, and I'm shooting at that shit, yelling war, and
That's
nothing good happens.
that's another great. You can like, because in the first game you can dive, right? And you're like, oh, okay, cool. You can just dive shit. Because it's third person, you can like dive off of cliffs and shoot in midair, and it'll ragdoll, and it's like everything feels great. Like if there's a big bug that they call it like a charger, and after a while it'll charge at you. But if you position yourself right and dodge to the side, you can dive to the side, land on your back, and just start shooting at the dude. And I'm like, everything just feels fine. I don't know
I think I dove over Anthony once and shotgun the bug.
what.
I think I dove over you once and shotgun the bug.
Damn, that's cinematic right there. And I'm having a lot of good. I'm having a great time with this.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
And again, for $40, not 60 or 70 like these other AAA game. Like I'm only reiterating because these are the games we need to throw money at, so we can let the people who get the money. Hey, they like this. We need more of this, right? This is one of those games. Throw money at it. I say that without people actually playing it. You should play it, honestly, to see if you like it. But especially if you're going in there with like a squad of friends, you're gonna have a good time.
Is there split screen? I don't even know.
I'd have to look, but I don't think so. I think when they move to third person, since I'm in, split screen has become, you know, a more of a rarity.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's like a 2D indie game or something. But these bigger games, especially graphically intensive games, split screen is usually not common. And if it is, it's on. For some reason, they prioritize it on consoles. Look what happened to Borderlands. Like Borderlands had split screen, but split screen wasn't available on PC for some reason. I have to look. That'd be pretty cool if there is split screen, but I doubt it. Um, that's all I got, man. Unless you guys have anything else, I'm gonna wrap up here.
I can go through two things quick. I listened to two albums today.
Ooh, which ones?
I listened to on the second I click and I read it. Second I find out what the fuck I'm clicking. I listened to Terrace Martin already had a little EP for this year called Her
Already?
Thoughts. Um, I don't know if they're all covers, but 6 songs, 21 minutes, and there's two like jazz covers to songs that people know. Well, I know one. I know one song people know because it had to be a TikTok sound, and then the other one I know because I like the artist. Um, I think he did one of those things where they just put an old ass song into an EP just to put it in an album.
Okay.
Because he's the intro song "Snooze." I'm pretty sure I've heard somewhere before this year.
I've seen artists do that. Like it's like an old single, and then they just add it to like their new. Even if it's like, even if it's like a
Like John
project.
Mayer,
Yeah,
the
like
New Light.
yeah, and they'll add it to a project later on, and I'm like, okay, that's. I mean, it's better for me because that means you just loopholed a way for me to talk about it that year.
Hey,
So
back to back favorite song of the fave 5 of the year for song was because of that happened.
yeah, so
Um, it's an easy listen. It's more older jazz than like the fusion stuff he was doing last year. The two songs he makes like a jazz cover to his "Whoa" by Snow Allegra. I like his version
okay.
as much as the other one. And then Kill Bill, SZA.
Oh, okay. Kill
I
Bill.
think it does a good job.
Yeah, I mean,
Her voice is replaced with like a saxophone. I think it is.
wasn't that snubbed too? Kill Bill wasn't that one of the tracks nominated for a Grammy and it didn't win?
I don't even know, to be honest with you. I don't watch for what. I didn't get one. What am I gonna watch?
I mean, that's true.
I mean, for recommendations, like things that got nominated, you can use it like that.
That's what that's why I love award season for stuff like that. For movie awards, TV awards, music awards, game awards, I love seeing what's getting nominated. So I'm like, oh, if I haven't played it, that's something I can add to my backlog
Really, I should do that, but
or
I think
watched
I
it.
need to be more cognizant of whenever they announce what's nominated and just start listening. But
Facts.
maybe for this year. But usually, I don't even care to watch or look at the results.
My favorite time is the nomination time. Like, who wins? Cool. Like, if there's one, I'm like, oh, they need to win. I'm like, heck yeah, the one I wanted to win won. But I'm always looking for nominations. I'm like, oh, might be new shit I can be put onto. You know?
It's an easy listen. I like Terrace Martin. I'm becoming quite the fan of him. Uh, the covers are the covers and the intro song are the ones that I hearted. The rest of them, it's not that they were bad. They're solid. Just the other one stood out to me. It's 21 minutes. Just play it. I recommend at least listening to it one time.
Okay.
And then the other album is Two Star and the Dream Police. The name of the artist is McGee. Years ago, Spotify recommended a song by him. And I was like, this shit goes crazy. I've even looped it like throughout it like for a whole day once.
Uh huh.
And then they recommended. They told me this came out this year, so I'm like, fuck it. Um, 12 songs, 33 minutes. Every song got a thumbs up.
Damn.
It's very abstractly experimental, and I guess you can say it's kind of R&B ish, but it just sounds like like an amalgamation of genres instead of just like one thing.
And
It's a nice listen.
it's multi-platform, right? It's not like just on YouTube.
Yeah, it's probably multi-platform.
Okay. Just to make sure, because I saw the YouTube link and I'm like, I gotta go check to see if this person's on Spotify.
Since I have YouTube Music, I could
I,
just send it.
I forgot until after I asked that question. I'm like, oh yeah, he does have YouTube Music. Uh,
Mhm.
okay, I'm definitely gonna listen to that
Um,
R&B one then.
that's the best explanation I can give. Mix wise, you can. It's very a Steve Lacy approach where it's not like mixed or like properly
Mastered or
mixed the way you'd
something.
want it to. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's very rough sounding, but
I kind of
for
like
like the
that,
kind of music he's doing, it if I think it's a nice choice
especially is he indie?
to my knowledge.
Yeah, then I mean, when it's indie, I'm cool with like mixes and stuff not sounding so like you don't got the time or cash for that, right? Like
Um,
for
is this
mastering
the
like that.
same? Yeah, I mean, depending on it's another expense for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
There's some places that you can like browser, you can just upload and pay like a little fee, and then it'll master for you, like AI
But
kind
it's
of thing.
automated. Yeah, I don't trust that yet.
And really, what that does is like, oh, how loud can I be on these platforms? Right, make sure we compress it so that it fits.
Oh,
That's all it really does. It's funny that song that I was mentioning that I heard came out in 2019, and the name of the song's Untitled.
I love it. My one pet peeve: stop doing that to all the artists. I've seen that way too many times. It's like a tracklet. An album comes out, and a track's called Untitled. Figure out the title, then release it, fam. Like, oh my god, I don't know why that bugs me.
Um, yeah, I enjoy it. I don't know really how to explain it. It's something to if you like giving new things a chance, at least musically, things that won't really fit your palette, give it a shot. I've thoroughly enjoyed
Nice.
it.
Um, on that note, that is it. If you haven't yet on Spotify, YouTube, whatever, make sure to search Bri FM. Brian, your project is already out on all streaming platforms. Go give that a listen. It's your full name, right? It's just Brian De La Rosa for the artist, right?
Yeah,
Look
I
up Brian De
think
La Rosa and look up Bri FM. Go check it out. Uh,
the name of the project's Hello World Wave.
Thank you. I'm like, there's a name for it because it says Bri FM on there. So that's why I'm mixing names here. So go check that out. It should be on everything, right? So I think you just did once a distro kid and it's on everything. Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube is just on my channel, and I made a playlist of the songs that I put on the album. What I want to do, I don't know when, is just make a long play of it. It's like one video that's the entire album. Just put that on there.
That's easy. I mean, that's a
It's easy because, and then I mean, I when I was touching up the mixes and everything, so it sounded like a cohesive thing. They're all on Pro Tools on the same session, so I could just bounce what I have, and I left markers, so I could just bounce the whole thing.
Yeah, and that's an hour of video. That's nothing.
I
That'll
just
be
gotta
fine.
do it. It's actually like 53 minutes.
And you're just gonna put the album logo right for the video. Yeah, that's not a huge
Even though I
lift.
dropped an album, the bi-weekly releases are still a thing. This Wednesday, another song comes out.
Well, I mean, as of this recording, it's
As of
already
this
out.
recording, you already heard this
Yeah.
week's, and it's in theme with Valentine's Day.
Yay!
It's just me growling and autotune.
I'm down. Growling happens during Valentine's Day. I'm not gonna tell you why, but it happens.
You already told us. Sit on it.
Yeah, you sit on. That's so wild of me, dude. That's it. Thank you guys for watching, listening. We'll be back next week. No, actually, wait. Since we have a episode banked, yeah, we're not coming back next week because it's President's Day on Monday, so I'm not gonna be doing the podcast.
I'm pretty sure I don't have it off. 'Cause I don't really get nice things, but
I would check because you might have a 3-day weekend. Yeah, so we won't be back next week. Yeah, I have President's Day off for my company, so we're not gonna record that day. But we have one banked, so technically the listener is not gonna miss a week. You know, the devoted 6 people that listen to this, I appreciate you.
600,000.
That's what I meant. 600,000. Right? You know. Anywho, that is all. Thank you guys for watching, listening. We'll be back next week, and make sure to hell dive for Super Earth. Bye.